Ever thought about buildings that are super fancy and cool? Buildings that are like no other? Well, guess what? We've got something exciting to show you. Have you ever heard of advanced construction ideas? They're like regular building ideas, but on steroids. Get ready to be amazed because we're about to explore some seriously awesome construction concepts that are taking things to the next level. Are you curious to find out what these mind-blowing ideas are? Come on, let's dive in and discover the future of building together.
3D printed clay block.
In recent years, there's been a big buzz about 3D printing buildings. Imagine, instead of traditional construction methods, using giant printers to make houses and structures. Cool, right? These 3D printed buildings have lots of benefits compared to regular ones. They're safer from fires, can use local or recycled materials, cost less, and are built super fast to keep up with our growing population. At the American University in Cairo, AUC, smart folks are working on their own 3D printing system for buildings. They're all about using local materials, fancy robots, and making everything eco-friendly. Their big success story? Printing clay bricks. It's a first for North Africa and shows big promise for the region. This team is one of only 3 in Africa and the Middle East experimenting with clay bricks. They mix metal and clay to make their 3D printed bricks, using cool robots to build structures way cheaper and faster than normal. Instead of regular clay, they use a special kind called red fire clay. It's super tough and can handle heat thanks to minerals like feldspar, quartz, and kaolin. Plus, it's easy to shape with their giant 3D printer. Clay is a big deal for these researchers. It's everywhere in Egypt, and using local materials means less waste and helps the economy. Professor Hanadi Salem from AUC explains how 3D printing can be a game changer, making things faster, cheaper, and more eco-friendly. Now, why are these clay bricks so awesome? Well, they look cool and can be shaped into all sorts of fancy designs. Plus, they're made with 3D printing, so there's less waste and better quality control. Professor Sharif Abdulmohsen, the head of the project, explains how it's more efficient and produces less waste compared to traditional methods. Last year, the AUC team showed off their clay bricks at a big climate change conference. People were impressed by their designs and ideas. So, what do you think about 3D printed construction ideas? Box culverts. Box culverts come in square or rectangular shapes and can be used as single units or in a series, which is called a multi-unit run. These culverts are super versatile and work really well for all sorts of projects. You can use them for things like highways, storm and foul sewers, sea outfalls, tunnels and subways, underpasses, stream crossings, vertical chambers, open channels, shafts, attenuation, and storage tanks. Basically, they're handy for a whole bunch of stuff. Now, the cool thing about box culverts is that they're made right here in Britain. They're designed and built according to a set of standards called EN 14844, which ensures their top-notch quality. When you get a box culvert, you can customize it to fit your needs. You can get ones with end walls, access points, vent holes, inlets, outlets, double rungs, splayed ends, starter bars, and threaded sockets. You can even choose from different types of inverts, like dry weather flow and dished inverts. And if you need it to function as a channel, you can get cover slabs too. Now, let's talk about the benefits of box culverts. First off, they're low maintenance. You don't need to do anything special to keep them in good shape, and they won't rust because they're made of concrete. Plus, they're built to last. We're talking a design life of up to 120 years. Installing them is a breeze since they come ready to go. And once they're in place, they offer smooth flow rates because of their, well, smooth finish. This means water can pass through easily, and they're super reliable for both mechanical and hydraulic performance. Geoplast New Elevator. So, what's the new elevator? Well, it's a special kind of modular formwork. What does that mean? It's like a building block made from recycled polypropylene, which is a type of plastic. But what's it used for? It's used to create spaces under buildings called foundation crawl spaces. Now, why do we need these foundation crawl spaces? They're super important for the ventilation of reinforced concrete foundation slabs. These slabs are like the strong base of buildings, whether they're homes, factories, or offices. But here's the really neat part. The new elevator isn't just for buildings. Nope, it can also help out our leafy friends trees. How? Well, in cities and towns, trees often struggle to grow properly because their roots get all tangled up with things like cables, pipes, or materials from road construction. You might have seen sidewalks all cracked and lifted up because of tree roots, right? But with the new elevator, we can create these vertical columns under things like roads or sidewalks. Then, we build the road or sidewalk on top of these columns. This creates a special space underneath where tree roots can stretch out and grow without causing any trouble above ground. It's like giving the trees their own little underground playground. Physis Bolt Protect. So, what makes a Physis Bolt Protect so awesome? Well, first off, it's super stretchy, like a rubber band. This means it can handle any movements in the metal roof without breaking a sweat. Plus, it has this neat rubber capsule that fits perfectly over the bolt, ensuring a snug seal every time. And get this, the membrane can stretch and mold itself perfectly to the area around the bolt, so it's like a custom fit. But wait, there's more. Installation is a breeze with Physis Bolt Protect. You don't need any fancy tools or equipment, just some simple accessories, and you're good to go. So, say goodbye to pesky leaks and hello to a dry, happy roof with a Physis Bolt Protect.
Physis Stopper.
A Physis stopper is a fantastic way to seal up holes in flat roofs. It works on all kinds of roofs like asphaltic membranes, PVC, TPO, EPDM, and metal. You can even use it on sloped metal roofs. This system is super versatile. It comes with precast molds and special sealants that make installation a breeze. You don't need any mechanical fastenings, and it fits into any shape or size of the hole. And the best part? It's quick and easy to install, and it comes with a long-term warranty, so you can trust it to keep your roof watertight for years to come. It's a win-win solution for anyone dealing with roof leaks. Light-generating concrete. First off, it's super safe because it's non-flammable. Plus, it can reflect light, just like a mirror. That's why they call it light-generating concrete. But here's the really neat part. It can soak up sunlight during the day, kind of like how your phone charges, and then glow in the dark at night. How awesome is that? This special concrete isn't just some science experiment. It's actually been put to good use. In Mexico, they've used it to light up bicycle lanes and roads. Talk about a bright idea. And get this, it's really good for saving energy too, which is super important. And guess what? Even though it's kind of fancy, it's not all that different from regular concrete. That means we could use it for all sorts of things, like building cool facades for buildings, or even making parking lots safer and brighter. Cross-laminated timber, CLT. CLT is a special type of wood that's made by stacking layers of timber together and gluing them at right angles to each other. This makes it super strong and lightweight at the same time. One of the best things about CLT is how easy it is to use. You see, because it's made in planks, it can be manufactured in a factory and then just put together on site. This makes construction faster and simpler. And get this, when you combine CLT with fancy technology like building information modeling, BIM, you can make even fewer mistakes and waste less material. BIM helps create really precise drawings and models, so you know exactly how everything's supposed to fit together before you even start building. Bioplastic. Plastic is causing big problems for the environment, and we need to do something about it. One solution is bioplastic. It's made from plants, not oil like regular plastic. When it breaks down, it doesn't hurt the environment like regular plastic does. Right now, we mostly see bioplastic in things like food containers and small stuff for your house. But there's more to bioplastic than that. There's this cool project called the Arboskin Pavilion by Stuttgart University's ITK. They made a whole building out of bioplastic. And get this, 90% of the stuff they used was renewable, which means it's good for the planet. This shows that bioplastic could be a big deal for building stuff in the future. Mycelium. Mycelium. Ever heard of it? It's like the roots of a fungus. And guess what? It's getting some serious attention in the construction world lately. Why? Because it's super eco-friendly. Mycelium is totally organic, which means it's good for the environment. It's compostable, meaning it can break down naturally, and it doesn't harm the environment when it does. Plus, it's really tough against mold and fire, which is great for building stuff. Some smart folks are even using mycelium to make structures. Yeah, you heard that right, buildings. They're building these cool arched structures out of mycelium. It's like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's real. One example is the Circular Garden by Carlo Ratti Associati. They've built this awesome mycelium structure that's not only eco-friendly but also looks really cool. You can check it out on their website if you want to see for yourself. Carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is like a super strong and light material made from really tiny strands of carbon. It's kind of like a fabric but way tougher. People use it instead of steel because it's lighter but still really strong. Now, let's talk about how they make this amazing stuff. They use something called generative design. It's a fancy way of saying they use computer programs to come up with the best designs. These designs help them make things out of carbon fiber in the most efficient and effective way possible. Cool, right? Wasn't that amazing? We've just seen some super cool ideas for building stuff that are really advanced. These ideas are like the next level of construction. Who knew we could do so much with just our imagination and some building materials? Keep dreaming big and exploring new ideas, because you never know what incredible things you might create next. Stay curious and keep building.